Hello everyone, it's Siona from Honouring Me Crochet and the Hooked on Crochet Club, and it's Crochet and Chat time again. Hopefully you can hear me okay. I thought tonight I would try something a little different and I would face the camera so you can actually see me and it's more like we're sitting and chatting. So hopefully if you're there you'll come on and leave some comments and say hi. But essentially, this is my Friday night. This is what I do every night. And what I thought I'd talk about today is how I find time to crochet. Hi, Carly. Yay. It's like we're really here together. So most of you that have been following me will know that crochet is my business, but it is more than that. It's part of my life. And it is also a side hustle. So I work full time, which means I don't have a lot of spare time for crochet. So I have to make this time. So that's why I thought I would share some of my little tips with you as to how I find the time and make it a part of my everyday. So I did write a blog post on this. I think it came out last week. So yeah, we'll raise that as a topic. So I'm making my little flower square. So I hope if you're watching, you've got your hook out as well. So this is, this is the square that I'm actually making. And I'm making it out of a bobble box. So I have, you can see I've got everything at hand here. These are the rest of the colours that I have left. And I've got the little balls. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those once I'm done. And the colour I want to join with is on its way. So I guess one of the things that I have to make it easy for me to crochet all the time is I have my little crochet corner. They are cute, aren't they? And I can actually see comments tonight. How cool is that? So that's good. So I am loving this little pattern. I've actually memorised it now. I do have the book. See, I have everything at hand. The book down there as a prompt, but I definitely do not need the prompt now. But yeah, so I'll just see if I can turn my camera a little bit. So right next to me, if you can see that, that's my little work in progress station. So it's a little, sorry for that. What is it? One of those square bookcases, but I've got it laying on its side. So I've got all my current projects. I've got my hand-dyed yarn down there, which the dog got into today, so I'm not happy. You will, Carly. I got it from Booktopia. Good place for online books. I buy from there often when I get my books. But just to show the cover, it's the Granny Square book. Hopefully that shows the right way around. Yes, he's a naughty puppy. He took great delight in it. Lucky, for some reason, I think the hand-dyed yarn's better for him to get into because he didn't get to mess up as much as the other stuff. I think because it's got the little bands that hold it all together. But anyway, so having my little crochet corner is one way that helps me because everything is set up, ready to go. It's a reminder to make me do it. Not that I need a reminder. But this is what I do every morning and every night. So in the morning, I'll show you, I've got my little, this is my square of the day bowl. So I actually put in, I currently got 2 colours that I'm working on and the white. So every morning I sit there and make at least one square. And that's how, oh, speak of the devil, here's the puppy. He's coming to give me kisses. Get down. Astro, look. Look, there's Astro. Off. This is how he shows love. I don't want your kisses. Okay, sorry. Puppy, down. He's just come in from outside, so he needs to come and say hi. Because apparently if he doesn't see me for 5 minutes, he's missed me. Get off. Down. Oh, he's not a little dog. And I won't show you the floor at the moment because it's scattered with Astro stuff. So yeah, so first thing in the morning I make a square. And that's one way just to say I've done a project, I've made it. Well, I'm glad you got to meet him. He's He's not a little dog by any means, but he's a lovely... Now he's harassing the cats, so that's just wonderful too. And I see Maria. Hello. Family is on the line. Yeah, so most importantly, find time for crochet is to make time like you would your cleaning, your washing. This is probably the bad time of night too. Astro's found one of his treat balls and is throwing that around now. So yay. Here's a rat bag. Sorry for that. So yeah, make an appointment for yourself. So whether it's first thing in the morning, at the end of the night, or during the day, whenever, or both, or everything, make the time. So for me, it's the first thing in the morning, so I'll exercise and then I'll sit and I'll make a square. And then in the evening, I'm very good at delegating tasks as well, which is another thing I totally recommend. There's not many nights that I actually have to cook dinner. In fact, there's only 1, 2 if my oldest son doesn't turn up. 1 not on his cooking night. So I'm very good at delegating and making time. But generally by 8 o'clock at night, I am ready to sit and I'm ready to do my crochet, and I'll get in a good hour or so. Sometimes I'm up a bit too late. So I think prioritizing your time is the easiest way to make time for crochet. So for me, I have lots of planners and calendars with everything set up so that I know what is due when. And I actually sit every Sunday night and I plan out my week. And then every night I sit and I plan out my day for the next day, so that I have no surprises. I know everything that's due, and more often than not, it doesn't interfere with my crochet time. Oh, good. He's calmed down now, so that's something. Because for me as well, crochet is important. It's not just about making stuff for the clubhouse. It's not just about, everything's cute to make, but it's my de-stress time, my wind down time. So for me, that's important. And so that's why I make the time. And I'd like to hope that all of us that are busy, it doesn't have to be crochet, but that you will take the time for your own self-care, because like anything, I liken it to the emergency thingy on the plane at the start before you take off, and they tell you that in the case of emergency, you put on your oxygen mask first because you cannot help anyone else until you have. So it's the same. You need to focus on your own self-care before you can focus on others, because if you aren't in a good place, then you're no good to anyone else. And I'm sure there are many of you, especially if you've got kids, that you'll know that if you're in a bad, cranky mood, then generally everybody's in a bad, cranky mood. And if you're in a good mood, then somehow everyone else is in a good mood. I know that's pretty much how it is in my household. So I wouldn't be surprised for the same in yours. So especially if crochet or whatever it is that you do for yourself is important, then I can't stress enough to make the time for it. And you can be like me, and you can be like yourself, don't be like me, but have your little crochet corner or your little craft area and sit down and allow yourself that time to do what it is that you love, whether it's read a book, listen to some music, knit, crochet, embroider, whatever it is, just make the time. And then it becomes a habit. So for me, I don't know, by about 8 o'clock, if I haven't sat down with my hook, then I get really worked up. I need to sit down with my hook. And there's been some nights where other stuff's come up and I haven't been able to manage my time as effectively as I'd like. And that's when, as long as I spend 5 minutes to work on something crochet, then I go to bed feeling okay. And I always make time for reading before bed too. Sometimes it's only a paragraph, but I'll always make time. And because it's Friday night, I also have my wine. So I haven't decided what I'm doing for dinner yet. It's supposed to be pretend takeaway. We buy takeaway the first Friday of the month, and then every other Friday we call it pretend takeaway, so it's usually a frozen meal or something. But I think I've got one pizza base left, so once we're done on here, I will go and make that maybe, or I'll heat up some leftovers. We'll see. I'm really not in the mood. I'm not hungry yet, so that doesn't help either. But yeah, so I hope you've all had a good week. We've had a bizarre one here. The weather has been, I think we've had every single season so far. Me time for crochet. Oh, Fiona, you've got to get your head sorted with that. Sorry, I'm going to try and read your message better. It's not coming up. You really... It is a headspace thing, I get that. And I know I used to try all sorts of things, hoping it would help me unwind, and I think I was just doing too much of everything. Even if all you do to start with is allocate yourself 10 minutes, and if you got little kids, then that can be their time as well to sit. Thankfully mine are all pretty much adults now. My youngest is only a couple of months away from 18. But we are allowed the time. And I think it's important as well for our kids to see that we do make the time for ourselves, so that they understand and they can make the time for themselves as well. Yeah, and so I've just read all of your message. I'm sorry to hear about your mum too, Fiona. But it can also, like, if making the time, even if it's just starting with a square a day to help you get through it, you'll find that it will help you just reset your mind and give you that space to think. And I know others that have struggled to get back into crochet, just starting with that square a day is the best way to start. Or if you're making a blanket or something, if squares aren't your thing, just a row a day, or give yourself 10 stitches a day, just something. Give yourself that time so it can help you process everything and deal with. I know we've been through lots of change and lots of different loss, but we've had loss this year as well. When our foster boys were rehomed, and making the time for crochet is something that does help you get through those things. So I do hope that you can find that time for yourself. And yeah, because it is allowed. And I think it's important. And I'm going to advocate that it's important. I've worked with a life coach. I haven't for a little while. But they do help in helping you realise that it is okay to do things for yourself. And I'm a big advocate of that. So I hope that you will all see some of that as well and just make the time. Astro's now buggered. He's tired, he's lying on the floor, he's all exhausted now from that little bit of a run around. Until I say the word food, because it's nearly his dinner time. He'll want something to eat soon. But anyway, so I hope I kind of rambled a little bit and I don't think I've made a lot of sense, but hopefully you've got your hook out and you're starting to wind down now for your Friday night. My kids didn't train tonight. I can't remember why. The actual session was cancelled, but yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this weekend. As I said, we had mixed up weather. We've had over 30 degrees at the start of the week, and as you can see, I'm wearing a scarf again today, and I've got my boots on. It's crazy weather. We've gone all through the seasons. Work was a bit Well, work's always hectic. That's another reason why I find the time. I don't think I would cope mentally with work if I didn't. Drive me crazy. But anyway, so I think I might leave it at that. I'm going to sit. You can see I've got my wine. I'm seeing more comments. Ooh. You'll have to share a picture of it, Carly. And make some time every day. I've got to do my Forever Eileen sitting there as well. I keep setting myself a new priority to get it done, but there's other things I need to do. I do have a Lola I get to play with this weekend for the clubhouse. I did start it and got the design perfect, but then realised that I had to finish stuff from other months first, so I reluctantly put it aside, but I can show you. I did put it to my stories, but I've got this lovely little Lola to play with this weekend, so I'm looking forward to that. You don't get to see what it's being made into, but know that I'll be playing with her, which is lovely. And all my Lolas for joining are on their way as well, the cream ones for joining this. So, yeah. All right. Well, I am going to finish this round and then I'm going to get off my butt and feed this dog that's now conked out and drink my wine and decide on something for dinner because I guess I should eat. But yeah, so I might do more of them like this. We'll see how we go. It is more comfortable. One of the reasons tonight as well was because I had a yarn delivery and it was all over the table I use. I was too lazy to put it away. So there's always a reason. But anyway, and tomorrow I'm getting my hair cut too. So we get to sort out these curls, which are crap at this end of the week. But anyway, okay. I can't keep saying that I'm going to say goodbye and keep talking. My husband tells me off for that all the time. So thank you for joining me, those of you that have. And hi if you join later and have a look. And enjoy your weekend. And I'll be back next Friday for some Crochet and Chat. Bye.